conversations and opinions expressed on this channel could be subjective or objective and are also for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Here on The Mix, we encourage and implore you to conduct your own research.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Mix. Like this video, share this video. Hey my mixers. For those who are new to my channel, I sometimes call you guys my mixers. That's what we're going with here on The Mix. You know, those who tune into my channel, supporters, viewers, commenters, y'all all are deemed as the mixers. We do this as a community and I appreciate your support. Those domestically and internationally, as you can see what this video is going to be about. Yes, Mr. R.Kelly case update, motion for a new trial. Yes, this is some new filings, you guys. November 3rd, 2025. The last video I did was about the BOP and Tasha K. That case was dismissed. I'll drop the link in the description section so you can get up to date on what that was all about. So this is not a good thing for Mr. R.Kelly, and it's free him still out here on The Mix. So for those who do not know or understand, head on over to my playlist so you can check out my views, opinions, and perspective on this whole entire case situation from New York to Chicago, all of that. Although Mr. R.Kelly has unfortunately been convicted and is now serving time for both convictions from a federal level. So, but before I jump into the topic, you guys, I need for you all to like, share, sub. It is free to do that. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel here on The Mix. And also, 2 polls are up in the community section, so head on over there and vote. Don't forget, cash prize giveaway is at the end of December, 4th quarter, here on The Mix. For those who view, comment, sub, all of that is open to everyone. Yeah, so, and don't forget to donate. Yes, donations help channels like myself grow and evolve. All the donations here on The Mix are appreciated and go towards content enhancement creation. So I accept Zelle, PayPal, and Cash App. So that information is in the description section. Okay, you guys, so without further ado, let me head on over to the court paperwork for November 3rd that was filed, and here we go. Okay, everyone, this came across my desk, IG style. As you can see, November 3rd, 2025, Justice for RK page, and this is the United States government, and this is Illinois District Federal Courts. They are responding to R.Kelly's motion for a new trial. Remember, he filed that some months ago, and so they're responding, and it looks like they're asking the judge, Honorable Martha M. Pacole, to deny it. And remember, you guys, just think, I said this on the last video I did with the Tasha K and BOP. I said that particular case, the Tasha K BOP, which the judge unfortunately dismissed the case, I said that's a catalyst for this. I thought they both went hand in hand. I thought that case, if it went through a trial and all of that, it will set this particular motion for a new trial up for a better chance for the judge to go ahead and grant that and to go from there. And Mr. R.Kelly would have probably gotten released or or a new trial and release pending a new trial. It could have went so many different ways, you guys. So, but let me go over this really quickly. I'm not gonna go over the full document. I think it's about 19 pages, so I'm gonna go over the first page and maybe a couple other pages. But this is unfortunate, and I'll drop it to the chat too to go over some comments. And as I said before, I just hope Trump at this point just pardon R.Kelly or grant him clemency. Clemency is not a pardon. That's 2 different things, and I think I've went over that on some of my legal videos. So there is a difference, but both, the person will be released, the person convicted under a clemency or a pardon. So let's go over this. This was filed November 3rd, 2025. Update. And this has nothing to do with Tasha K, although the last one did. So check out my R.Kelly playlist. I'll drop that in the community section, you guys. And for those who need to understand or want to understand my perspective and opinion about this entire case, and again, opinions are not facts, then head on over to the playlist, R.Kelly playlist, all his post-conviction actions. So it says here, United States versus Robert Kelly. Government's response to defendant's motion for a new trial. This court should summarily deny Kelly's motion for a new trial. Kelly's motion is untimely under federal rule of criminal procedure rule. And then so they're saying this is one thing. The government is saying, hey, judge, his request is untimely. And then 2, it says there is no legal basis to support Kelly's motion for under rule boom. And they cite the rule right here. So both of these claims the government is responding to, saying, hey, this is why we feel R.Kelly's motion for a new trial should be denied. Because 1, hey judge, they didn't file this timely, they didn't follow the federal rules, and 2, there's no legal basis because it's not based upon newly discovered evidence, and most glaring of all, the thrust of the motions rest upon a demonstrably false factual premise. What? Okay, so it further cites Put succinctly, Kelly alleges a lurid conspiracy to steal his correspondence while he was in custody at the MCC on federal charges brought in the Northern District, Illinois, and the Eastern District of New York, and that the government then used that stolen correspondence to wrongfully coerce Jane to cooperate with its investigation. However, Jane agreed to cooperate with the government and testify in the grand jury before Kelly was charged or taken into custody in either case. Thus, the record established that the factual premise upon which Kelly's motion for a new trial rests simply could not have happened. For these reasons, and the reasons set forth more fully below, Kelly's motion should be denied in its entirety. Woo! The government did not come to play. And you guys, again, you see the play. And I went over those videos. I went over some content about the October filings in October. So if you check that out, this is just on the backs of those. I knew this was coming, and I mentioned that in my last video. I said the judge has not ruled on the motion for a new trial, because R.Kelly filed quite a few motions and judge denied and dismissed quite a few motions, unfortunately. And but this one, I think it's the last one left. Into the background of his cases, 2022, all of that. I'm not going to go into that. So basically, they are saying, hey, judge, these are the two reasons why we feel that you should deny Mr. Robert Kelly's motion for a new trial. And then, judge, here's the details as to why. So their argument, defendant's Rule 33 motion. So they're picking apart R. Kelly's motion and saying, hey, judge, here, ABCD. Hey, judge, here, et cetera, et cetera. So it says defendant's Rule 33 motion is based on his claims that he discovered evidence post-trial that prosecutors obtained defendant's privileged legal mail and used that to influence government witness. And this is the mix interjecting. In my opinion, I agree. It was illegal tactics being played during an active trial by those in positions of authority and power, in my opinion. It says here, Jane and government witness to influence a government witness Jane into changing her story. He claims that the evidence of prosecutors meeting with Jane and other impeachment material about Jane was not disclosed. He alleges violations of Brady, as well as arguing that his Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights were violated. None of Kelly's arguments have merit, and his motion for a new trial should be denied. I wonder what evidence R. Kelly's attorney submitted. Well, you know what? I think that I'll have to go over the motion again to jog my memory. Okay, I'm not going to go over all of that. So let me go to the last, I think, couple pages, because that's really the summary of things. Okay, it says here, I'm going to jump down here. It says, defendant does not tie his constitutional claims to any admissible evidence. He does not link his constitutional claims to any evidence at all. What? For example, he notes the risk that the government might introduce such communications at trial. In fact, introduced it, and I'll skip it over, but he does not show or even allege that the government, in fact, introduced at trial any evidence obtained in violation of defendant's Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights. Defendant's claims regarding stolen legal mail are unsupported by evidence and untrue. Now, they know this is, well, I don't know if this is a new federal team, but oh my gosh, I don't think it was introduced. But remember, attorney Jennifer Bonjean, you guys, and this is the mix interjecting, she came into play towards the end. So, ooh, sheesh. Okay, and it says here's likewise, defendant argues that the government used privileged information to influence witnesses in this case. In my opinion, I agree they did, and access his trial strategy. And then they cite the case law. Once again, defendant is unable to identify any specific trial strategy to which the, let's go over here, government gained access, and how his trial was prejudicially affected, because his claim is supported by no evidence and has no basis in facts. Defendant has not come close to meeting his burden of showing that he is entitled to a new trial under Rule 33. In conclusion, Kelly's motion for a new trial is untimely by a wide margin, and Kelly has not presented evidence to support his allegations that there is newly discovered evidence warranting a new trial, as his allegations are believed by the trial record and the public docket in this case. For all the foregoing reasons, the government respectfully requests that the courts deny defendant's motion for a new trial. I'll have to look, y'all, at his motion for a new trial to see what was in there. I have to jog my memory, because it just sounds like the government is saying, hey, he's not providing any supporting evidence or material evidence to go with his allegations against his violation. Therefore, judge, hey, deny it. There's no evidence supporting that his constitutional rights were violated. There's no evidence supporting that this communication was ABCD. Let's just jump into the chat. Okay, it says here, I feel like he needs a straight pardon at this point. I could not agree more. The negative news is too much. Something has to give. I know there's things working behind the scenes for him, though. This person says this is beyond crazy and unfair to him. Give him the damn trial and get that BS win again. If y'all so-called gave him a fair and honest trial, run it back fair and square. Boom. I like this. This should be a pinned comment, because I agree. Give him a new trial. If y'all think y'all did everything right, go ahead, grant that new trial, but that's up to the judge, y'all. Okay, I wish Kells would not have never switched his attorney. Bew Brentley purposely sabotaged Kells' chance at freedom. He should have never trusted a Daryl McDavid's attorney friend when Daryl stole from him in the first place. Damn, shame. It seems Kells don't have one person who truly loved him to make sure things were being handled the right way. And Bew trying to get him a pardon is a flat out lie, in my opinion. So that's McDavid is his attorney. So it's Bew Brentley and then the McDavid guy. I agree with this comment too. It should be pinned. Let me like this. Okay, it says, why is Bajin no longer on the case? Brentley handled Chicago. She is still his lawyer in New York. I ain't know that. So it says, give him a new trial or let him go and clean his record. This person says, free Kells. This person says, only pardon can save Kells. Be realistic. No pardon equals prison till he is, ooh, sheesh. Let me go back up here. I so much agree with this about his current attorneys in Illinois. I just think that it's just whatever's in the milk ain't clean. Whatever's in the milk ain't clean. It's on Brentley to bring it. I wish Jennifer was still taking care of this. Exactly. Okay, everyone. So what are your thoughts? Drop some comments in the chat. Please keep it respectful and peaceful. So in summary, you guys, the federal government request case dismissal was granted by the judge from the last video I did on this, and the federal government, because R. Kelly sued the federal government / BOP Tasha K, and the judge granted their dismissal. And also number two, the federal government is now requesting that the judge deny R. Kelly's motion for a new trial. This was filed on November 3rd, 2025 by Illinois federal government. So they want the judge saying, hey, judge, R. Kelly does not, his attorney did not file this timely. And also, too, there is no factual legal basis for this motion for a new trial, which I went over some excerpts of that 19-page request document by the federal government. Also, to number three, R. Kelly pardon. Like some people were commenting in the chat on IG. Yeah, hopefully Trump pardons R. Kelly. I don't know who's responsible for that or facilitating that or grant him clemency at this point. I think that's what needs to be done, because in my opinion, this whole entire situation is just all corrupt. There's the rabbit hole runs deep, from attorneys to judges to handlers, whatever you want to call them. And also too, someone commented on his new attorney, and it's two of them too. And I think the guy name is McDavid. It's two of them, Bew and McDavid, for Illinois. I didn't know Attorney Jennifer Bajin was still presiding over the New York case. I don't know that to be fact or true, but that's what the person said in the chat on that IG post. So, but with that being said, I still think the new attorneys in Illinois is suspect, in my opinion, and something in the milk is not clean. It just seems so performative. It seems incompetent. Their actions, it seems like it's just all over the place, and that's not what I'm accustomed to when it came to Attorney Jennifer Bajin coming into play and using her knowledge, her skill set, her pit bull in the skirt, that's what I call her, and to be able to navigate this professionally, ethically, and passionately for Mr. Robert Kelly. And I'm not seeing that. That's not the energy I'm getting or is giving with Bew Brentley and that other guy who seems like, I don't know if he's available, if he's MIA or what. He wasn't even responding to filings and motions and whatever on Robert Kelly's behalf. So this is interesting, and I will do my best, you guys, to keep you all up to date with the outcome of this. And don't forget to like, share, sub. I will drop some polls in the community section, so stay tuned. So stay connected. Justice for Mr. Robert Kelly. Free Mr. Robert Kelly until it's backwards. Miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. Check out my playlist, y'all. The R. Kelly playlist. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.